Yes, everybody. I hope you are all doing well, and welcome back to another stream on the channel. We're back live again, and we're going to be discussing about yesterday's performance. We're not only going to be discussing that. It's a massive week for Liverpool Football Club. We have to go on a run. We'll bless up the chat, and then we're going to get into the damn show. Big up to Benjamin. Hope you well, my brother. Had to win, and now we have to beat Sunderland. Absolute facts. No excuses, 110%. Has anyone seen Baran? Apparently, to be fair, he has been ill, I think. I'll smash the like for you anytime, bruv. Big up to Antic. I hope you well, lads. Give me another boring 2-0 win on Wednesday. Listen, mate, I'll take anything on Wednesday, mate. Anything on Wednesday. We have to win. You know, yesterday was an okay performance. You know, we take it, we move. But the most important thing is we have to go on a bit of a run. And I said this in the preview. This is it now. This is now or never. Forget your opinions on Arne Slot as a manager for a minute here. Liverpool Football Club have to go on a run. They have to go on a run because you look at that Premier League table, you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, you're only, yes, a point off fifth, which will probably be a correlation spot. Yes, you're only 3 points off the top four, but our form has been nothing but diabolical. Nothing but diabolical in the Premier League this season. 6 losses in 13. You know, before yesterday, we owed the Premier League goals. So we have to go and win against Sunderland. Obviously, I'll dive into it a little bit more in my preview as to what I personally think and how I feel. But chat, talk to me, man. Talk to me because, you know, I still don't know if we beat Sunderland. I don't know. You know, that is a 6-pointer. That is literally a 6-pointer. Sunderland go and win that. They go 4 points above us. You know, this is a massive week in the Premier League because we're going to be watching, you know, the teams that are in and around us. You're looking at your Aston Villas, you're looking at your Brightons of this world who are in that bracket, and you're thinking, yeah, it's looking a bit spooky because we're hoping for. Well, I don't know what I would hope for in that game, Brighton or Aston Villa. Probably hope for more of a draw. Probably just hope for a draw, to be honest. Because then Aston Villa, I think they have Arsenal. So if that could be a draw and we somehow beat against Sunderland, we've closed that gap massively within 2 games, which is absolutely important for us. But no, I said at the start of the week, we needed to go on a run. So far, we won 1 out of the 3 games that we need to win because Sunderland and Leeds. I'm sorry, as much as I don't know if we beat Sunderland, I don't know if I expect us to win. I want 9 points this week. Starting from that West Ham game, I want 9 points. Like, don't give me no excuses. 9 points in December is wild considering the run we've been on. Facts, and we definitely need to go on a run because we're not going to beat Inter in the Champions League. I think we can all say right now we're all crap in the bed for it. Right, Brighton's going to be tough. With the way that they play. Spurs, you don't know what Spurs are going to turn up. Either Spurs are going to turn up and play ball, or Spurs are going to turn up and we're going to roll them over. Then you're looking at after that, right? These are our fixtures from now to the end of the year. But forget the Inter game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games, yeah? That's what? 18 points. I'm expecting at least 13, 14 points. If Liverpool got 13, 14 points, I'll be gassed and happy. And I'll bite your hand off for 13, 14 points. Because Leeds and Wolves wins. And then you get another Leeds win in there. That's 9 points. And if you can sneak a win with one of these lot in here, you're definitely taking it. But Qatar needs to be invested. It is a red obvious. Alisson even tried to stay on the pitch. Yeah. Mate, he had a bet on, mate. What are we on about? He had a bet on. Do you get what I'm saying? Finally, the winning from the Gunners has drowned out the anti-slot movement. Big up to you, lad. What's this? I've only seen sat with only West Ham. Well, it was only Forest who were 19th in the league. Big up, my bro. But yeah, I'll take anything against Sunderland. I genuinely would take anything against Sunderland. You give me a win, I'm taking it. I'm absolutely taking in it, and I'm absolutely running to the hills and back. But we certainly do have to go on a run. I do want to look back on Slot's press conference from yesterday. So we are going to react to that. Also, his press conference for Sunderland is tomorrow. So we're going to take a listen to the Arne Slot presser. Let's take a listen to this. Share tab.
A relief, although I said immediately to my colleagues, might be a handball. So I wasn't surprised that it took a while before he said it is a goal. So I haven't seen it back, but I assume it wasn't. But I was doubting that a little bit. So happy, but more when the referee pointed towards the kickoff that it was 2-0.
What did you make of the response of your team overall to the last couple of games?
In terms of results, is of course very good, but there were also a few things similar than other games of ours and a few things that were different. So the things that were similar were that, again, we couldn't score our first chances. The good thing was that today, for the first time in...
You were sent to grab something in the pantry.
Oh, for God's sakes. Bloody adverts. Flipping ads. God's sake, man.
Many games, the first chance of the opponent didn't go in as well. The best thing was that it was their only chance, and that was after 90 minutes. And it's happened so many times to us that the first chance the other team goes in, and then you get a completely different game, as we saw so many times now. Not conceding a set piece. Actually, maybe scoring from one, but because it came from a long throw, it took a while. But these are things that are so important if you want to win a game of football. And yes, people will probably say you had more control, or you didn't concede as much. Yeah, but it's quite a difference if you go 1-0 down after 5 minutes and you have to chase the game. or you're 0-0, you're controlling the game, and after 1-0, you can control it even more.
Even at 0-0 today, the supporters were singing your name, and they were throughout the game. I mean, how much does that mean to you to have that unwavering support from them, even in spite of the last few weeks?
Yeah, a lot. It says a lot about the club and about the fans. That they were not only supportive for me, but for our whole team. I think if you have such a run of form we are having, and you have an away game, and the away end is so full and supports the team from start to finish, including me indeed. That's special, not only after the 1-0, already are 0-0 from, like I said, from start to finish. So it tells you that this club is always together, but maybe even more in difficult moments. And then they appreciate probably even more what you've done for the club and support you then. And I think that's what makes a club special as well. To support someone when he's successful is much easier than to support someone or a team or an individual when things are as tough as they are now.
Never mind the second goal. How did you feel when the first goal went in? Because it's been a while coming, hasn't it?
Well, it has been a while. And, I reckon when that first goal went on our slot, felt like he won the lottery.
For us to score a goal is not a while coming, but for us to go 1-0 up has been indeed.
I actually disagree though, Arna, because we actually have somewhat struggled to score goals. Take away that, we scored off a deflection really against PSV. Slapped up Forest didn't score. Man City didn't score. So we haven't really been scoring much.
I'm talking about the scorer.
Oh, yeah, that's also true. Yeah. Yeah, but that is also a bit unfair to him because normally as a number 9, I think in general, number 9 plays more minutes than I've played Alex till now, because of the obvious reasons. So even today I had to take him off after 65, I think. So yes, he's played already quite a lot of games, but in terms of minutes, not so much. And it's very important for us as a team that we went 1-0 up, but I think it was also important for him because I think it was his third chance, maybe fourth of this game. And I don't think there was much more than 10 minutes in him to go. So then to score just before you come off was important for us, but also for him.
Michael? Can I ask you what you've made of Florian Wirtz's performance today?
Good, as the team played a very good game. So recently I've been asked a lot about individuals when they've played maybe not a game of their usual standards, and I've pointed out to the team every single time. So now after a very positive performance from Florian, I can acknowledge that, but I also want to emphasize on the team performance that was much better.
What I would love to ask the manager is, why don't we try and play through the middle more? Because as much as I think Florian Wirtz actually had a good game, that was more due to him, not the way that Slot set up the team. Because how many times do you have to come to the left-hand side to receive the ball and collect the ball and try and do things on the ball? I get it, we're struggling to go through the middle right now, but why are those questions actually being somewhat asked? I'm not trying to be critical, because say, oh, why are you being critical? We won the game. Cool. But what we're going to do against Sunderland when they're going to be composed, combative, and they're going to sit up deep, and then what's the game plan going to be there for Florian Wirtz? Because West Ham didn't really do that. There was a lot of space at times on either flanks. And these are questions I would love to know, because why aren't we trying to play through the middle? We've got a £100 million midfielder that can create chances, that can be flair on the ball, that can actually do things on the ball around the 18-yard box, and we continue to not persist to go through the middle.
Did you ask him to do anything? What did you ask him to do today?
Like I've asked to all of them, play to your own standards, but I think we tried to create an extra midfielder, and he was very important for us to find every time that extra midfielder. He was good when he made the dribble. He was really good in his one-touch balls. I even remember a moment where he played the balls diagonally into the 18-yard box to Cody Kakpo, which then doesn't lead to a shot, so no XG value. But we had many of those moments, and he was part of many of those moments, I think. So good game. Performance staff was constantly telling me he needs to go out, because he's been out for 1.5, 2 weeks, and he only trained once. So to a certain extent, maybe it was a bit of a risk to keep him in the team, but some situations asking.
Yeah, but I felt like you had no choice but to leave those players on that. Obviously, Isak's coming back from a groin. Obviously, Florian Wirtz is coming back from treatment and stuff like that. I felt like you had no choice but to leave him out there because we ultimately had to win the game. We had to win the game, and I think ultimately had no choice. And I thought it was well calculated by the manager and the team because Isak got what was it, 66 minutes? Florian Wirtz got a decent amount of minutes, and they were both very good, so they were coming back from those respective issues. And I'm hoping come Wednesday night we could see more minutes of them on the pitch because I want to give Isak more of a chance. I want to give Florian Wirtz more of a chance, especially now Isak's got that goal, and you saw what it meant to him to get the goal. You saw what it meant to Florian Wirtz to actually be playing well. When you're both playing well, you want to keep the run momentum going. So, in my opinion, I want to see them both get minimum 70 minutes on Wednesday.
And I think today was one of them.
Check on Kirkus, was that just cramping?
Cramp, yeah.
Over these bones? Didn't really get any change out from Bones.
No, the only moment when Bowen had a chance was when he was out, but that had nothing to do with the fullback that was in. But that was the only chance they had, and as a result of that, of course, the only chance Bowen had. Good performance, good defensive performance from him. I think he was also attacking-wise a few times a threat. In the first half, another time when it didn't lead to a shot on target, but the cutback cross from him when we overloaded the box were all moments where I think if we are in a better run of form, these moments will lead to more goals. So yeah, good, but it also maybe tells you something. I've emphasized a lot of time on the fact that some players need to adapt to the Premier League, and I've emphasized a lot of times on the fact that some players need to adapt on 3 games a week. And that maybe it's not a surprise that Milos has cramp in the end for 2 reasons. He's not completely used to that. And second of all, because he puts so much effort in every single time he plays.
Also check on Alisson. He obviously clattered into Gomez in the first half. Was he just winded?
Sorry?
Was he just winded? What was the injury?
I don't think there was an injury. Otherwise, you cannot keep on playing. So I think he's okay. Didn't have a lot of work to do. So yeah, I assume that he's ready to play again. But so yeah.
There was a lot of frustration in the crowd. I think maybe because of what happened yesterday at City, there's been a bit of controversy around tactical injuries with goalkeepers. Do you think that's an issue, or is it not something that's in your mind?
I don't know what happened at City, so you have to tell me first.
Donnarumma went down after being shouted at by Bruno Diaz, and he was down for the period, and there was speculation over whether it was a tactical injury.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, Florian Wirtz went. No, sorry. The only reason Alisson went down because as the ball was coming in, Gomez and them man clattered into Alisson, and he couldn't do anything about it. He was fine, so I don't know why it's making much of a big deal about it.
I have, in general, a very clear opinion about time wasting.
They got mad.
But I think this incident with us, we're the last team in this league.
I would say we do time waste on slot. When I listened to this press conference yesterday, I actually disagreed. I actually do think we do time waste at times. I actually do. How many times did we see against PSV and Forest where we got the ball at the back and we just stood there with the ball, thinking what we're going to do?
Would almost say that that's time.
But majority of the time, no, I wouldn't say we time waste.
In the last few weeks when we've lost and when we're a goal down, I've seen so many time wasting. So it's a bit of a, and I was constantly hoping if I would get that question, or people would notice it. And now we are winning, and I get the question about time wasting. This is so weird. actually the other team where I would never suspect time wasting over City, by the way, because I've said so many times,
Man
the
City do
Saint-Germain
time
game or
waste.
so many games we've played, they were just a joy to watch because that was never part of the game. And I've watched recently a lot of games where time wasting was a part of it. So I would be in favor a lot about that the Premier League is going to do something about time wasting. And I have my ideas about it, but it's not smart to say anything about it after you lose a game of football. But if anyone is interested in the Premier League, I'm more than open to talk to him about my ideas.
Just quickly, last time in the South Premier League game for 2024 here, what was your thinking behind not starting him today? Is it just you wanted to have a rest? Or?
No, I got this question, of course, already a lot. And it's every time when we play a game, when I don't play Florian Wirtz, when I don't play Alexander Isak, when I don't play Koitike.
That's why I'm not going mad on the manager, because that's fair play to him. He dropped the talisman. And we all wanted to see Mo Salah dropped for this game. Everybody in their match previews, everyone in their lineups and stuff like that, all wanted to see Mo Salah dropped. And we enjoyed it. That's why there was no complaints from me based off that team news. When we saw the team news yesterday, I had no complaints. Maybe you could have gone on Andy Robertson. But then I looked in hindsight, Kirkes needs to start playing himself into form. I think he's looked better in the previous 2-3 games, despite the results and despite the overall performance from the team. But he had to keep playing him to try and get him into form, and I thought he was quite good yesterday. And there's no one that can really complain about the team. We saw Mo Salah drop. We saw Joe Gomez come into the team. We saw Alexander Isak start. We actually saw Alexander Isak play to his strengths in the positives. We actually saw Florian Wirtz had a very good game. Everyone wanted to see Wirtz and Isak start together in the same team. So there was no complaints. Like, there's literally no really other... There's nothing to really complain about yesterday. I think if you're complaining about yesterday, I don't know what you're complaining about, to be honest with you. I just think you're just being overall negative about the performance and about the manager. And I'm not sticking up for the manager. I want a change at the football club. But I will give credit to where credit is due. And the credit is where he changed the team up. He changed the style of play. We just got an overall win. There's 3 points at West Ham. I don't know why people are really overthinking it. It's West Ham away. No offense to West Ham. They are down there for a reason. They are crap for a reason. No matter what the form is of Liverpool, we should always be going to beat West Ham. West Ham are not fantastic. This is not West Ham of 3-4 years ago where they were competing for European places, causing problems for teams, doing well in the league. This is a West Ham team that's battling for relegation and has been for the past 2-3 years. So for me, credit to the manager and credit to the players, and he should ultimately be left at that.
Don't play Mo Salah. It's about that, which is normal because they're all outstanding players, and Mo has had an unbelievable career at this club and will
Smash these likes up, guys. I will catch up the
very good
messages
future at this club because he's such a special player. 4 games in 10 days with only 14 to 15 outfield players available for us. Then you have to decide once in a while to make a certain lineup, and you try to pick the best lineup for every single game. And today, with the way they set up, with a fullback that's constantly very high and a winger that's constantly inside, I thought that this could help the team. But like I said, he's been so.
But yeah, fair play to the manager. He got it correct. Let me catch up with some of your messages. Need to see more of WIRTZ. Now he could potentially go on a run of form. 100%. 100%. 110%. I want to see a bit of a form go on from him. React's thoughts on Kirkes yesterday. I thought Kirkes was quite good. Didn't really put a foot wrong. And I think Kirkes was quite good against Nottingham Forest in that first half, and I thought he was quite okay against PSV. However, I want to see a bit of a form. This is the time now for Milos Kirkes. Yes. Do I think he is being helped by the manager? No, from the way that we are playing with inverted centre-backs, etc. like that. But when Kirkes is in those natural positions, I'm expecting him to excel. I'm expecting Kirkes to excel when he's in those positions where he's actually playing as a recognised left-back. Maybe yesterday me were preparing for me to go to AFCON. Yeah, I thought Dominic Szoboszlai put up a good account of himself on the right hand side, again inverting into the midfield, helping out the midfield. I thought he put a good accountable of himself. And I don't think he was really doing anything to do with AFCON. And I think we just wanted to drop Mo Salah, and that's why I credited the manager based off the team news. There was nothing much more in the team news where I looked at it from a perspective where I was like, I'm unhappy about that. Do you get it? Gomez has to start Wednesday. Same team as well. I agree. I don't think we are time wasting, but the way we play wastes time. I agree. Amazing what happens when actually create chances for Isak. Yeah, exactly. I've been screaming for it for days and days. I want Alexander Isak to be played too. This team should be built around Florian Wirtz, Ryan Gravenberch, and Alexander Isak. That's what this team should be built around. I do think Alexander Isak's one of the best strikers in the world. Before people clip this up and say, oh my God, we're actually saying Isak's the best. I just think he's one of the best strikers in the world. And if you disagree, that's your opinion. I'm talking from an all-round striker perspective. And funny enough, when you actually give him the ball, he actually creates chances. He actually gets on the ball and does what a striker does, which is finish. He should have scored another goal yesterday, but he walked away with a goal, and that's the most important thing. Big up, bro. Why don't you ever chat about Arsenal? Bro. Next question. Bro. No. React, man, read chats at some point in the stream. Well, no, I was reacting to the press conference, but I did say that. Hope all is good for you. It's a start for us. Yeah, bless up to you, bro. Yeah, it has to be the same team, 100%. I agree, Footy. I hate guys for being negative for the negative sake, 100%. I would criticize this team when I need to. I'll criticize this manager when I need to, and I'll criticize and give credit where credit's due. And credit to Arne Slot. But like I said, context is into place. It's West Ham. Now you go and beat Sunderland. Facts, good points. Footy, it was Forest at home who were 19th in the league and got smacked. There's 3-0 at Anfield. Yep, West Ham have been poor, but I do rate Nuno. I thought he'd have brought more. I thought he would have brought more. I thought Forest would have been... Sorry, not Forest. I thought West Ham would have been a bit more of a threat. You know, because they have been on a bit of a run. You know, they have been a bit on decent form since Nuno has come into to West Ham. However, no disrespect, they've also been poor at the same amount of time. And if we don't go and beat West Ham away, for me, you log on FIFA 15, you click on career mode, and you click end the season now. That's what you do. It's been 21 years and I felt like this. I don't know how to conduct myself. React, read the chat. Wesley can't take it. I don't think we can be fussy enough. We best, especially with the run we've been on. Exactly. That's why I'm not going to over criticize it. I said I just wanted to see a win. In my preview, all I wanted to see was a win. I wanted to see this football club win a match. We won the match. You go and win again. I want to see 9 points from 9. That's what I want to see. Gakpo needs to use Kirkez as Mane used Robert. Gakpo is hurting Kirkez. I agree. What happened to... Okay, we're not reading all that. When we had Torres, Suarez, and Striker, my other 9s were built around them. Exactly. That's what. Why shouldn't we be building them around them? Why shouldn't we? We spent 125 million on the man. I'd expect to have some massive importance in terms of how we built this team. Isak was unlucky to not score first half as well. Yeah. Reacts. When are you going to read the chat? Wesley can't. Yeah. Yep. But no, chat, we have to go and beat Sunderland. We ultimately have to go and beat Sunderland. And look, massive credit to a lot of the players that played yesterday. Because I thought Joe Gomez put up a good account of himself. It was his first start in months. Coming back from another injury, picks himself on number 6. I thought he was really acclimatized at the right back position. I thought he helped out Canate because there was actually a bit of a steady in the back line. There was actually a bit more communication. And I thought the way we actually set it up the right back was quite good. Hence why I want to see Joe Gomez play on Wednesday. I want to see Gomez play on Wednesday. He has to go and play on Wednesday. I've seen a couple of people saying, can Gomez go and play 3 games in a week in 10 days? Why not? It's either, the question I have to say to people is, would you rather play Joe Gomez now when he's actually looked quite good and he's fit, or would you rather him just not play and he just gets injured playing from the bench or training? Like, what we're doing? If he's fit, he plays for me right now, based off because Conor Bradley and Frimpong are out injured, and I believe they're not going to be back until around the Tottenham Hotspur game. Yes, all by all means, yes, you can take him off. Put on, if we're winning, bring on a Curtis Jones to boss out right back, do whatever, but he has to be the starting right back because it looked good. Konate, I thought, was quite good, and I gave him credit in the match reaction. I thought he was very good defensively. Didn't really make too many mistakes. He was composed. You just saw a bit of confidence about Konate, and I don't know whether that was with the contract situation with Real Madrid. You know, that looks like that's going to be coming to an end as well. So he was quite good, Konate, so I give him credit. Van Dijk was good. Kirkes, I thought, was okay. Got himself into some good positions with the overlaps. I think Milos Kirkes is going to really excel when we bring in that direct, winger that can drive into the box because he will have a lot more room. I think he struggles with the connection, the overlapping, and when to underlap with Gakpo. And I think when we sign someone like a Semenyo, I think he'll really excel. But Kirkes is not about him as a player. We know he's a good player. I think with Milos Kirkes, it's more about the way he's been set up. For me, Gakpo, I thought, was quite poor, despite picking up a goal and assist. But that's Cody Gakpo. That is Cody Gakpo in a nutshell. He will get you GA, even while playing poor. I mean, Gakpo this season, 4 goals, 3 assists, a goal and assist in the Champions League. This guy does get you goals and assists when playing poor, which I give him credit for. Florian Wirtz, I thought, was magnificent. Again, probably should have scored in the first half. Just kind of really underhit it, if I'm honest. Put a bit more power, put a bit more direction in the bottom right corner, and I think he would have scored. Or maybe even try to... Maybe he should have just tried to finesse it top bins, because he was in a position where he could have finessed it top right. I thought he was quite good. He was creating chances. And again, that one shot probably should have just been a goal, to be fair. But he got a good 75 minutes out there. He was very good on the ball, very good, well pressing, created. It says created one chance. No, he made more than one chance. Like he could have walked away with another 2+ assists yesterday, and I thought he was good in his position. And I liked how when the game wasn't going well for him, he got himself into positions, i.e. that left-hand side, which I mentioned. I thought he was very good, and when he was excelling with that link-up play with Gakpo, very, very well. Dominic Szoboszlai played off the right, obviously no Mo Salah, but fair play to Dominic Szoboszlai again, went into that right-hand side position. I've been saying I think he can do a job off the right. I'm not talking like an out-and-out ringer, but as a player that can do... Do you know how Valverde used to play right wing for Madrid? And Cat now will know. Do you know how he used to play right wing for Madrid? And he'll invert into the midfield. I think Szoboszlai can do that because he has the legs, he has the press, and he has the pace and power to be able to do so. And his defending is quite good, so he can get back into those positions if needed to. Szoboszlai should just have a free roam, in my opinion. He shouldn't just have a strictly position. Szoboszlai should be able to go anywhere he can on the pitch because he has the legs and he has the press and he has the engine. And he's never going to get subbed off anyway. However, I've mentioned on many occasions how I'm concerned about Szoboszlai's long-term fitness going into the back end of the season, because I do think it's going to be massively important for us. But he was good. Again, solid performance from him, like he's been our best player all season. And yeah, he did a very good job on that right-hand side and got into the midfield when needed to. Alexander Isak, my striker, got himself his first Premier League goal. Very, very good finish. Very reminiscent of the goal he scored against us in the cup final. Very, very good finish. Just ball across box, coming from Gakpo, bang. Loved it. Just a nice, easy finish. Ball roll from Gakpo. Isak just taps it, bottom left. Very like the cup final goal. But what I was happy was he had a couple of chances. He had 3 shots. Probably should have scored first in the first half. Very unlucky not to go in from Areola. But he's building it up now. And I said this. He should be played to every single time. He is our striker. He is our striker. He is our striker. So why isn't he getting chances made for him? 68 minutes. Good performance. And we leave it as that. Because he got into the positions. He took his goal. We got the 3 points. So there's nothing to complain about from an Isak perspective. Hence why I'm very, very happy for him. But no. And obviously the subs, Ekatike, didn't really do too much of a great deal within the time frame he was on the pitch. Curtis Jones came on with 15 to go. Robertson came on 5 minutes to go as well. I thought we could have... I'm surprised Slot didn't bring on an Endo, because obviously we scored at the 92nd minute. I'm surprised he didn't bring on an Endo just to do that facilitating role in the 6. Just sit in the 6, defend, see out the game like we saw many times last season. I thought we would have seen Endo, but we didn't see Endo, which is okay, fair enough. And obviously, Chiesa, no one came on. Again, I don't know why he didn't bring on Chiesa, because I was screaming for Chiesa to come on for Gakpo on the watch along at half time. But fair play to Gakpo, who got me a goal and an assist in the second half, so I'm not really too much complaints from overall perspective. But from the injuries, I don't think Slot mentioned anything in his any other post-match. Obviously, Conor Bradley, I think, will be back between Spurs and Wolves. Obviously, Leone is done for the season. Frimpong, I'm hoping Frimpong will be back for Brighton. I'm hoping he'll be back for Brighton. That's why we just need to get through Sunderland, Leeds, and Inter, and then we'll have Frimpong back. And Bajcetic, I mean, I feel sorry for Bajcetic. Because I actually thought he would have had a bit more of a chance this season. But again, just struggling with a couple of injuries, man. But no, look, we take the win. And yeah, we were very dominant. But West Ham, they had a couple of chances. Fulcrum should have scored. Bowen had a good opportunity. But all in all, we seen it through. And we only had 9 shots. It was just an overall calculated performance. And we took our goal as well. So fair play to the lads. Obviously, what that meant for us in the table, we jumped massively from 12th, 13th to 8th. So, again, that's why I'm saying this Sunderland game is a massive 6 points. This Sunderland game is bigger than 6 points. Let me catch up with the chat. Where did I get to? Gomez is a baller. Yeah, he was very good. Isak is one of the best, no doubt, and he scored 2 with 3 chances. And Rusty, then moment, he actually gets a chance. He showed how clinical he can be. Yeah, he's one of the most clinical strikers overall as a striker in the world, in my opinion. Reason for Isak's failing, he is a counter-attacking striker. Liverpool don't counter-attack. But the counter to that point is Catalan won't. Isak is 6'4". Am I wrong? Isn't that Isak 6'4"? No, he's like 6'4". I don't know how. You're not playing the ball into him. He can win headers. He can be. Just roll the ball into the box, play the ball into the box, and he will finish no matter what. And I would say we do counter-attack from time to time. Always been. Thought Maka was poor. Yeah, I thought it was a bit... no idea what touchline is put in there. Just being touchline facts. Kanate, good. Only watched highlights and couldn't tell. He was okay, Kanate. That Gakpo touch first half in the box was atrocious. Oh, don't, man. That was a brilliant chance from WIRTZ as well. Gakpo never uses him when Kirkus overlaps and he has screaming at the telly. Yep. Gapper never utilizes him because this is a player that has the engine to go up and down the pitch. Versus 0015. He's not 0015. Failed. Exactly footy build up team around him. Slot doesn't rate Endo. Endo, who the fuck is that? You know who Endo is, don't be stupid. The games you play are probably created packs that you use. For God's sakes. For God's sakes. But no, chat, we have to go on a run, and I'm expecting us to certainly do that. But I do want to have a look at some other stuff. And yeah, people are asking me, am I still slot out? I mean, one game isn't going to change. That's just, I think that's the best way to kind of put it. One game, isn't gonna change my opinion. It's still going to be very much the same, pure and simply because it's West Ham United. It wasn't top of the league Arsenal away. It was West Ham United. So yeah. So why am I going to overgas it? Hence why I said go and win the next 2-3 games, and then we'll have conversations about that. But now I want to react to a couple of clips. What people are actually saying about Mo Salah. Liverpool fan reacts on a slot's choice to drop Mo Salah. Let's take a listen. We are winning the champs, bro. I hope so, man. Man.
I can think of a few players that could have definitely done well in the jungle.
What, I'm a celebrity?
Exactly. Like Harry.
Well, he's a terrific member of Cars and he's a terrific player. Benjani didn't want to go see. I said, Benjani got to play.
Was that Harry?
Yeah, well,
Is that one of your better ones?
You don't like that one? I've done it too, Harry.
What did he just laugh at you?
I don't say anything like that. 03717223344. Indeed, it is the final word. Give us a call. Let's talk about Liverpool because they finally got that win that they desperately needed. And they looked a lot more comfortable. Let's go to Tony, who was at the game today. How are we, Tony?
Evening, lads.
How are you feeling today now? Does it feel a little bit of relief getting that win?
It does and it doesn't. I think what happened with Billy Bond is just very sad. I think that affected the West Ham team. I just thought Slot made a big call today by dropping Salah. Now, I go every game and the lads have been talking and he's just not doing it, Salah, and no one's undroppable. And the fact that he dropped him the other week when we played Frankfurt in the Champions League away.
The only player that's undroppable is Dominic Szoboszlai.
And then he put him back in. So we made the big call today, dropped him. And, I know it wasn't a brilliant performance, but we still won and didn't concede because for me, I think his legs have gone a little bit and he doesn't help the full-backs out either. So I think going forward, I think he's got to keep the same team. For me, Alan, he's got to find a space for Isaac and WIRTZ because he's paid that much money for them. For me, they've got to start every week.
Let me ask Pards this one, Pards. When you got a club legend and you've got to start thinking about maybe the legs are going, I'm sure you told me you've had someone. Who did you have before?
A few players.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention names, but, how difficult is it to try and drop them when they've got such a legacy at the club, as Tony's saying with Salah?
Yeah, it's very difficult, particularly, he won the championship last year and Salah was a massive part of it. So
one of his best seasons.
That's what I'm saying. So it's only this period. But Tony's right. There comes a point in your managerial career where you have to leave out a big name, and you have to be strong and show the group, because when you're looking over the game plan and you're reviewing it, and you can just blindly see that this guy is actually not doing the job that you're constantly asking him to do. Okay, this week you get another chance, blah blah blah. To actually leave him out was a big call, and I think, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I think he's right, Tony, in so much that it was the right decision, and they've won the game, and now he's got to fight to get his place back. And what usually happens with players of this caliber is that the penny kind of drops a little bit, and they go, right, I'm getting older in my age. I need to readdress my game, and they start evolving. And he'll go in the gym.
We saw it with Rooney, didn't we?
It might evolve into a.
I don't think Mo Salah is completely dropped off. I think Mo Salah is struggling with the right back position, and I think Mo Salah is struggling from many aspects, and I've discussed that. I did just gift out a couple of memberships. We're a YouTube partner. You get to gift out memberships. I think you get to gift out 10 each month. So I gifted out a couple of people. So we gifted out memberships to Football Knowledge 1976. We also gifted one out to Benito Solo, Hanno. I know him. Big up to Andrew. Gifted one out to one of my good friends' views. Benny Bryan, he's an Arsenal fan. Bruno, Flicks, Spark 77, and Travis also got a membership as well. Yeah, WW, man. Yeah, footy in the expert spirit. Yeah, man. You know, you've always got to just give out free things to your community, and you've got to support the people. 110%. Salah misses the
a better product. The further, in like 6-7 weeks' time, really nail down his training, really work on his fitness or his speed, or just let him focus on his game a little bit. So in a way, it gives him a breather to focus on himself. And I love him as a player. I've always loved him. So let's hope he takes that on board, takes it as a hit, but takes it in a positive way and comes back stronger.
Let's go to a West Ham fan that joins us. Lee joins the final word. Good evening, Lee. And of course,
I am going to start doing other stuff. And I did promise the chat, I am going to try and stream every single day twice. I'm going to try and stream twice or put out a video and a stream, 2 pieces of content every single day for the whole of December, barring Christmas Day. I will have a video out for you guys on Christmas Day. I'll probably release a Merry Christmas video. I might do a Christmas video what I got for Christmas type thing. I might do that. I think that's something I might do. I think that's something I might actually do, to be honest. Yeah. I probably won't stream on Christmas Day because obviously it's about spending time with your family. Drifty from Team Coppish is getting into it. I'll jump on with you and the lads once I move to Poole. Are you moving to Liverpool, lad? Whereabouts? Yeah, big up Sang. Yeah, nice one for you. Congrats. Yeah, man, you've always got to give back to the people that support your channel. And it's very, very important, you very much do that. But yeah, we've got loads of plans for the festivities.
Loss of a great club legend in Billy Bonds.
Yeah, really sad day all round there. I was hoping it was going to give the fans a lift and the players a lift, but unfortunately, not the performance Billy wanted to see.
Oh, for God's sakes, adverts.
Let's talk about Paqueta and that red card as well. It was silly, wasn't it?
Is that one of the most needless sending offs anyone could ever get in football? I mean, especially following what he's gone on with for the booking and for the gambling controversy that he's had. And then he gets booked, and 20 seconds later, he gets sent off for dissent. It is as bad as it gets for a professional footballer.
And you're only 1-0 down at that point. There's a way back into the game.
And not only that, we that second half, certainly for the first 15, 20 minutes, there was pressure on Liverpool there, and yes, we conceded.
Yeah, I thought we actually looked quite nervous, but we got through, mate, so you can hold that.
Had he not got sent off, that could have gone either way, that game. The minute he got sent off, it was as if all impetus went out of the side. But how silly of him. And he's arguing with Nuno on the side as well. And I go up with a group of boys that are all old school, Upton Park, West Ham lads, and they've all said he would never play for me again.
Yeah,
that's their view on his dissent.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
And I think that what we said earlier, that he's put a quote out tonight about sort of leaning on the lack of kind of protection he's had over that gambling is an issue for his frustration. But that's no excuse for him to do that, in my opinion. You know, I do understand he's had a bad time, but that was ridiculous what he did today. And as I say, on back of the memory of Billy Bonds, of all people, who would have really hated that situation happening. So,
Lee, I'm going to ask you a really difficult question, but do you feel like you're in a relegation battle 13 games in?
Yes. Yes.
I think so too.
100%. 100%. I mean, I'm West Ham through and through. The earliest picture of me at 3 months old is wearing a West Ham dressing gown, and I've never seen this club in such turmoil. Even the relegation season we had back in 2011, we've never looked this bad. We've never had players that don't care so much. And for Paqueta to do what he did today showed dissent for what he cares about West Ham.
You know, there's all well and good kissing the badge after you score a penalty. It's these moments when it gets tough, that's when you really have to show, like a Billy Bonds would do.
Yeah. I mean, what I worry about West Ham is, can you imagine if Bowen got a long-term injury? I mean, because...
How old is Bowen
for me, he could keep him in the division. He's that good, right?
28.
With a team around him. I mean, the team doesn't look great, but he could
Is he
do
a West
enough.
Ham
If
legend?
he gets injured, wow, they're in big trouble. I hope that doesn't happen.
Great call. Thank you very much, Lee. Let's go over to a Villa fan who was at the game today. Jez joins us. How are we, Jez?
Very well, thanks, Majestic. Hello, Alan, as well.
Listen, Aston Villa, 4th in the Premier League.
Go on, the Villa.
6 points behind the league leaders. Are Aston Villa in the title race, Jez?
Yeah, we're in the mix, aren't we?
Yeah.
Aston Villa are
I
not
think
in the
we're
title
understated
race.
as well. That's where we want to be. I tell you the
Agreed.
interesting thing at the moment, if you look at us in European competition last season, you know, we were struggling playing on Sunday, and I think we lost 4 in a row after playing midweek in the Champions League. This season, we've won all 5 games after Europa Cup League games.
Is that right? Wow, that's a great achievement.
And look at how strong we came on from February last season onwards. I think out of the last 9 games, we won 8 of those on the trot. So, I mean, we were challenging after that challenging Champions League phase, where we were struggling post those games, you know, to get in 5th in the league, and we should have had 4th on that final day of the season.
Got it.
You know, Emery's making the squad is 3 seasons in with him now, isn't it? But we've got McGinn recontracted, Dean recontracted, Kamara, Rodgers, they've stayed. There's obviously a belief in the manager and what he's doing there. And Villa Park's a fortress. It's an absolute fortress at the moment. We've lost 1 game in the last 30 matches at Villa Park.
Wow. That's mad.
The 3rd best record in Europe at home at the moment, behind Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. And the listeners need to understand that. We're a difficult team to beat, and we're not even playing that well at the moment. And we got a result today. We didn't play that well. I was impressed with Wolves. They worked their socks off.
In terms of going forward, you know, you've got Arsenal next Saturday at home at the fortress that is Villa Park. You know, you get a result against Brighton away from home, which is difficult. It's on Wednesday, of course. TalkSport will have it covered. Full coverage across the league. You could potentially be 3 points off of top if you do a job in Arsenal. If they win their next game as well.
Mad.
Difficult game Wednesday, as you say. Brighton are playing really well, aren't they, at the moment? So that's a big one. That's a really big one. So look, 2 games, 6 points. Where does that put us? We've got every chance. I tell you what, everybody's going on about Arsenal, how good they are. Bring it on. Last season, we lost 2-0 to them. We should have won that game.
Well, I'm just looking at your front three, right? That you played today, right? Wendia, Rogers, McGinn. That's a good three there.
Yeah, it's a good free, but all the top teams have got good frees. I look at their goals for Villa, 16. I need to get some more goals on the ball.
But do you think that's where,
in terms of to challenge for the title, right? They do, but they're definitely in the mix.
Well, let me ask.
And
let me ask Jez this, because Ollie Watkins seems to be out of favour, right? Marlon seems to be the first choice, doesn't he? And he's delivering for you.
Yeah, Todd's made a good point there. I tell you what, watch the January window. We'll bring a striker in. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Brentford fans, sorry, Thiago's in the mix. It's going to be interesting. Watkins, we should have taken 40 to 60 million for him. Arsenal fans, you should have had him.
Yeah.
At the moment, we are the highest scoring team in the league, in the Premier League, from outside the box. I tell you what, we're doing something right. We get a striker who can put them in from 6 yards. Happy days. Watch Villa come on.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. But yeah, chat. We are going to wrap up in a second. I want to catch up with some of your messages. Yeah, well, what do we enjoy? We lost a few since Lars been here. The good ones outdoes the bads. Yeah, is that guy drunk on Talk Sport low? Yeah, slap these likes up. I'm still slow as he has only changed it when at the end he didn't. Anyone who's stubborn enough when you're getting destroyed every week can't stay. WIRTZ, yeah, 100%. Yeah, FIFA streams. Yeah, we are. We got some big plans for December. Yeah, big up. Yeah, my old lad lives and is from Poole. Hopefully, be moving in the new year. Yeah, hopefully, man. Come on, bro. You got your tree up. Yep, the tree is up. Yeah, the tree is up. Mo isn't finished. He is always the same. When we goes through a dry patch, he dries hard to score, which causes misses and plays selfishly. He is the best. Just plays without overthinking. Mo isn't finished. Oh no, that's the same. Yeah, Cranmore, West Ham fans. I thought he was the best player on the pitch without a red card. What? Paquetá? Big up. Happy December. Looking forward to the Christmas. Now, yeah, of course, I look forward to Christmas. I'm good, mate. Hope you're well. Footy, if you haven't seen the new Kenny doc release, watch it. It's class and unseen. Yeah, I saw my watch later list. Love to see them do a job on Arsenal, 100%. We just need to get our act together. And we have a world-class team. You just never know what might happen. 100%, you never know. But I think it's about taking one game at a time for Liverpool. And, we've ultimately got to do that. We've got to take one game at a time. And I think the boys will hopefully do that. Just take one game at a time and just don't overthink it. Just relax. Just relax, man, because we do need to, 100%, we need to go on a run. Fingers crossed. We will. Fingers crossed. We will, because yeah, we need to 100%, 110%. But yeah, bless up to everybody for joining the stream, man. Always a good one. Chatting to you guys. We are gonna wrap up now. I'm trying to think who is actually live. Is anyone live? I don't think anyone's actually live. We'll just yeah. But yeah, chat content plan for the week. So we're doing a stream today. Tomorrow we're gonna do the press conference stream where we're gonna react to Arne Slott's press conference in the morning, and then we're gonna do the preview for the game, and then we're gonna do the Fulham Man City watch along. So yeah, we're gonna do that as well. Obviously Wednesday we'll have a match reaction. We'll have a stream as well. Thursday Not too sure. We've got planned for Thursday. Friday will be Friday content, and then Saturday we've got some big games that we can do a load of content around. So yeah, man, we've got bare content. Bare content to come on the channel. Big up to Flick. I got Neutro. Big up to Jack. Hope you well, bro. Yeah, big up to the lads. Yeah, we just need to get our act together. We need to go on a run, mate. Simple as that. We need to go on a run. If we don't go on a run, then I suspect we will be seeing a statement very, very soon. Because I'm sorry, you better go and beat Sunderland. Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well, my bro. Yeah, man. We gifted out a couple of memberships, so yeah, we gifted out a couple of memberships on the channel. So yeah, I hope you boys are well, man. Bless up to you, lads. And yeah, Jack, you keep doing your thing on YouTube, mate. You'll get to 1K very, very soon, bro. And yeah, we'll definitely link up and do a show very soon. I'll message you on Insta or something this week. See if you want to come on the channel. We'll talk about the Reds and that. But yeah, Jack, we've got better content coming on, man. December, we're going to be grinding 2 streams probably a day. Jack's cooking on YouTube. Yeah, man. Guys, go and subscribe to Jack, man. Actually, let me get his channel up. So I know a lot of people watch it back on the playback, isn't it? Yeah, go and subscribe to Jack, people, man. He's on the road to, what, 1K? So, yeah, his thumbnails are elite as well. So, yeah, make sure you're subscribing to him. Let's get him to, what? Let's get him to 700. I reckon we can get him to 700, 800 before the end of the year. So, yeah, 100, man. 110%. But yeah, bless up to everyone joining the stream. We will be back with another stream tomorrow at the press conference, Fulham Man City, and the preview. So, yeah, bless up to everybody. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Let's hope we beat Sunderland, man. Oh, man, I swear.